So today is Monday, and tonight's dinner is very simple. Just this pork loin, and then I'm going to steam these in the microwave, and then I'm going to follow the directions on the back of the package. And there is dinner for tonight. And I just opened up a can of sauerkraut. So tonight for dinner we are having Sukuma Wiki. So I am making a few changes. I'm using kale instead of collard greens because I live in Washington and apparently no one up north knows what collard greens are because I went to like 3 different stores, still couldn't find them. I'm not going to use this whole can because I don't like crushed tomatoes that much. And then I'm doing a mixture of sour cream and yogurt just to get the yogurt out of my fridge. So I just put the frozen spinach and kale in and I'm letting it cook. I'm going to cook these through before you go on to the next step. So you want all these little things broken up before you go on to the next step. So everything's cooked through right now. And now I'm going to add in half a can of crushed tomatoes. About that much. I'm going to let this sit for a minute or two while I toast the naan. And I'm going to come back and add the rest of the ingredients. I've got my naan toasting because it's supposed to go over like a starch, like mashed potatoes or rice or something. And I'm just going to do naan bread over brown rice. A little bit more salt, except I'm using garlic salt this time. And a pinch of thyme. This isn't what the original recipe calls for, but I think it's really good in it. And then I'm going to do half yogurt, half sour cream. And I think the recipe calls for a half a cup, so. And the spinach and kale will release a lot of liquid. Doesn't look appetizing, but it's really good. Put on some brown rice that I cooked in my Instant Pot. And there's dinner for tonight. So tonight for dinner we are having buffalo chicken spaghetti squash. So I am just cutting spaghetti squash and I'm going to scoop the seeds out and throw those away. Drizzle it on there. Use your little brush. These are awesome. Everyone needs one. And then you're going to place them open side down, 400 degrees for 35 minutes. So I have just cooked a pound of chicken in my crock pot on high for 2 hours. I threw in some buffalo sauce and some cream cheese. And I'm just going to shred the chicken up and then add in a bit more buffalo sauce. So now you taste, see if you want to add any more buffalo sauce. And I'm going to add a little ranch too. Normally I would put the mixture back into the spaghetti squash, but I can tell right now these are going to basically fall apart if I try that. So I'm going to have to figure out what else I can do. So I'm going to mix everything together. And like I said, normally I would add it back into the spaghetti squash, but there's no way I was going to be able to save those. I'm going to mix all this up, put it in a casserole dish, and I'll be right back. And this is dinner for tonight. I put cheese on it. I have pepper jack on this side, mozzarella on this side, and there is dinner for tonight. So today is Thursday, and we are having white bean chicken pizzas and potato wedges. So I have my naan, which is going to be the pizza crust, and then garlic powder, crushed rosemary, garlic salt, and lemon juice, which is how I'm going to season the chicken. And then I'm going to cook it and puree some white beans that I have in my Instant Pot. And that's going to be my sauce, is a white bean sauce with chicken on top. So basically I just have some Great Northern beans in my food processor. I cooked from dry I'm gonna add a little bit of lemon juice, like half a lemon, some crushed rosemary, and some salt. And basically I'm gonna make a puree bean paste out of this. And this is gonna be basically our base, like our sauce. You're gonna use this as your sauce. And you're supposed to put like spinach on there or kale. And I don't have either, so we're just gonna have to go without. Some of the chicken that I cooked earlier. And then you're gonna add some mozzarella to the top. And bake at 450 for 8 minutes. And then since I still have naan and my bean mixture and my cheese mixture, although I'm out of chicken, I am going to do vegetarian pizzas. Okay. And then the rest of my cheese mixture, or well.
You okay? What happened?
I dropped the plate.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. A vegetarian pizza. And there's dinner for tonight. The white bean pizza and some potato wedges. So tonight's dinner is really simple. It's just butternut squash soup. So this is 2 pounds of butternut squash with some margarine, an onion. I'm making my own chicken broth, and I'm supposed to have white wine vinegar, but I don't have any, so I'm going to use apple cider. It is from the Martha Stewart pressure cooker, and so it's one of them in here. I don't know if I can show it to you, so I'm not going to, but I will try and find the book and link it down below because it's got some really good recipes in it. To be a real pro, you use an ice cream scoop to scoop out the insides. Cut into 1-inch pieces. So I have my squash. Set it to sealing. There. Then I'm going to steam for 3 minutes. Okay, so then you want your soup to cool so you can blend it. Normally I would use my immersion blender, but I just got these. I'm gonna use this because I can. And it's probably not gonna puree it all at once. Should I be dumping this in like this? I'm not sure. So that is like almost full. That is like 4 ounces under full. So we're gonna puree this. It's gonna take forever. Turn it on, and now it's pureed and you're done. Not really, you have to add it back in to your pot. So then you're gonna add it back into the pot, turn it on high, add the rest of your butter, and wait for it to boil, and then you're done. And here's Friday night's dinner. So today is Saturday and I am making a quiche tonight. I have some homemade pie crust that I just made. And then my seasonings, minced garlic, garlic salt, and garlic pepper. I have an onion, some heavy whipping cream, 4 eggs, sharp cheddar cheese, and pepper jack. Back here I have some sliced tomatoes and cherry tomatoes, salt of course, spicy sausage, some baby carrots, some broccoli, and some bacon. And I'm going to put this all together in the quiche and bake it. And there it is, fresh out of the oven. I cooked it in a pie plate, but I have my cast iron skillets on the stove. And there's dinner. The quiche and sweet potatoes, and I just added some more maple syrup and cinnamon to mine. So today is Sunday, and we are having 4-ingredient soup. It's just chicken broth, pasta, parsley, and as much cheese or as little as you want. So the recipe calls for 4 boxes of chicken broth, or 32 ounces, which is 16 cups. But I'm going to do 14, and I make my own, so 14. Okay, add in 4 tablespoons of parsley, or, you know, just however much you think you need. And then your pasta. And like I said, the entire box. And then you're just going to let this boil until the pasta is cooked. And there's dinner. And then I have cheddar and pepper jack. Probably putting a little more soup in there, like a little more broth. And there's Sunday's dinner.